How's it going, guys? It's HermitGRAB here, and welcome to another Pokemon video. Genshin Impact has gotten my eye pretty recently, and a random thought came into my mind. What if they were Pokemon trainers? Not Pokemon themselves. Mystic Umbreon already made a video regarding that. I'm talking about Genshin Impact characters having Pokemon teams. So I decided to make this video. Hope you enjoy it. Before we get into the teams, we need to set up some guidelines. First off, this will be based on the current version of Genshin Impact, that being the 2.6 update. So certain characters in future updates will not be featured here. Secondly, we'll be having teams of 6 for every character. Thirdly, no mythical/legendary Pokemon or Ultra Beasts allowed. I wanted to make this a little more interesting and fair for everybody. Fourthly, only one starter Pokemon if necessary. It's not necessarily a requirement to have a starter Pokemon, but if they will, they can only have one. And lastly, only characters from the character archive screen will be included except for the Traveler. I figured that since the Traveler is basically all of us, the Traveler is our individual Pokemon teams. So it depends on the person, and Paimon isn't going to be a part of this video. And with that out of the way, let's get on to the teams. We'll be beginning with Mondstadt, starting with Albedo. Albedo's team consists of Claydol, Alakazam, Cleaver, Hisuian Avalugg, Mr. Rime, and Mamoswine, with Mamoswine being the ace. Claydol and Alakazam are there because of Albedo's alchemy ties, Cleaver is there because of the Geo element, and Hisuian Avalugg and Mr. Rime are there because of Dragon Spine. And Mamoswine is there because of the combination of Dragon Spine ties and the Geo element. Next up is Amber. Amber's team consists of Arcanine, Talonflame, Swellow, Hawlucha, Sirfetch'd, and Cinderace, with Cinderace being the ace of this team. Arcanine is there because it is shown to be a police or authority Pokemon in the anime, Talonflame is there because of gliding and element ties, Swellow and Hawlucha are there because of gliding ties as well, and Sirfetch'd is there because of the Knights of Avonius. And Cinderace is there because it reminds me of Amber's Baron Bunny. Up next is Mondstadt's church idol, Barbara. Barbara's team consists of Ludicolo, Swanna, Wigglytuff, Lapras, Togekiss, and Milotic, with Milotic being the ace. Ludicolo is there because it dances, and the idol Barbara tends to dance a lot, especially in its idol animations. Swanna is there because it fits the costume similarities with Barbara. Wigglytuff is there because we know how good a Jigglypuff is with a microphone. And Lapras and Togekiss are there because it fits the whole support character idea. And Milotic is there because it is a strong Pokemon and also a pretty good contest Pokemon. Next up is the unlucky adventurer, Bennett. Bennett's team consists of Pyroar, Centiskorch, Talonflame, Flareon, Pidgeot, and Absol, with Absol being the ace. Pyroar, Centiskorch, Talonflame, and Flareon are there because it fits the element idea. Pidgeot is there because it reminds me of the Adventurers Guild that Bennett is a part of, and Absol is there because, as shown in its Pokédex entry, it shows up whenever disaster so happens to be, so it kinda fits Bennett's whole aesthetic. Next up is Diluc. Diluc's team consists of Talonflame, Houndoom, Colossal, Shiftry, Corviknight, and Charizard, with Charizard being the ace. Talonflame is there because it reminds me of Diluc's ultimate, Houndoom and Colossal are there because of element ties, Shiftry is there because of Diluc's ranch in Dawn Winery, Corviknight is there because of the Dark Knight hero idea, and Charizard is there because it is a very strong fire-type Pokemon, same way how Diluc is one of the most powerful OG Pyro characters. Next up is our favorite catgirl bartender, Diona. Diona's team consists of Persian, Glaceon, Meowstic, Weavile, Delcatty, and Alolan Ninetales, with Alolan Ninetales being the ace. Other than Weavile and Alolan Ninetales, every single member of this team are there because they are all cats. Weavile is there because it fits the element idea, and Alolan Ninetales is there also because of the element idea and its performance in Pokemon Unite, which bears a similarity to Diona's performance in Genshin Impact. Next up is Eula. Eula's team consists of Alolan Ninetales, Serena, Frostlass, Weavile, Sneasler, and Lucario, with Lucario being the ace. Alolan Ninetales, Frostlass, and Weavile are there because of element ties. Serena is there because it fits Eula's aesthetic. Sneasler is there because it is a loner, similarly to Eula, and Lucario is there because it fits Eula's whole warrior spirit that she clearly shows. Next up is the JoJo girl, Fischl. Fischl's team consists of Emolga, Manectric, Zebstrika, Luxray, Swellow, and Corviknight, with Corviknight being the ace. Emolga is there because it is the only electric flying type Pokemon that isn't a legendary. Manectric is there, same thing with Zebstrika and Luxray because of element ties. And Swellow is there because it reminds me of that one episode with the electric Swellow in the anime. And Corviknight is there because of Fischl's dear friend, Oz, bearing a resemblance to a Corviknight. Next up is the Dandelion Knight, Jean. Jean's team consists of Sirfetch'd, Lucario, Bisharp, Arcanine, Aegislash, and Gallade, with Gallade being the ace of this team. Sirfetch'd, Bisharp, and Aegislash are there because of the Knights of Favonius. Lucario is there because it fits Jean's warrior spirit. Arcanine is there because of the authority Pokemon that I mentioned at the start of this video. And Gallade is there because its Mega Evolution reminds me of Jean's attire. Next up is Kaya. Kaya's team consists of Sirfetch'd, Bisharp, Glaceon, Weavile, Walrein, and Alolan Sandslash, with Alolan Sandslash being the ace. Sirfetch'd and Bisharp are there because of Knights of Favonius. Glaceon, Weavile, and Walrein are there because of element ties. And similarly, Alolan Sandslash is there because of element ties and it being a strong ice-type physical Pokemon, same way how Kaya is a strong cryo character in the game. Up next is Klee. Klee's team consists of Rapidash, Flareon, Camerupt, Turtonator, Electrode, and Typhlosion, with Typhlosion being the ace. Rapidash, Flareon, and Camerupt are there because of element ties, Turtonator and Electrode are there because they remind me of explosions, and Typhlosion is there because its name also reminds me of explosions, and it being a very powerful starter Pokemon. Next up is the librarian that everyone wants to assist, Lisa. Lisa's team consists of Alolan Raichu, Polteageist, Ampharos, Hatterene, Mismagius, and Gardevoir, with Gardevoir being the ace. Alolan Raichu is there because it is a cute electric type, Polteageist is there because Lisa loves tea, Ampharos is there because of element ties, Hatterene and Mismagius are there because it fits Lisa's aesthetic, and Gardevoir is there because it is a strong, powerful psychic type, same way how Lisa is a strong catalyst character. Up next is Mona. Mona's team consists of Starmie, Slowking, Gothitelle, Meowstic, Golduck, and Kingdra, with Kingdra being the ace. Starmie is there because of astrology ties, Slowking and Golduck are there because of element ties, Gothitelle and Meowstic are there because it fits Mona's aesthetic, and Kingdra is there because it fits the element of Mona, as well as it being an extremely strong Pokemon. Next up is Noelle. Noelle's team consists of Excadrill, Sirfetch'd, Golurk, Ursaluna, Bisharp, and Nidoqueen, with Nidoqueen being the ace. Excadrill is there because it fits Noelle's aesthetic, Sirfetch'd is there because of Knights of Favonius, Golurk and Ursaluna are there because of element ties, Bisharp is there because of Knights of Favonius, and Nidoqueen is there because it fits Noelle's element as well as being an extremely strong Pokemon. Next up is the Wolf Boy, Razor. Razor's team consists of Stoutland, Midnight Lycanroc, Arcanine, Granbull, Boltund, and Manectric, with Manectric being the ace of this team. Every single member in Razor's team are there because they are dogs, with Boltund and Manectric especially being there because of element ties as well as being canine. Up next is Rosaria. Rosaria's team consists of Alolan Sandslash, Alolan Ninetales, Walrein, Glalie, Weavile, and Arctovish, with Arctovish being the ace of this team. Every single member of this team are there because it fits Rosaria's element, and Arctovish is there majorly because it is a powerful Pokemon and it also fits Rosaria's element. Up next is Sucrose. Sucrose's team consists of Hisuian Braviary, Jumpluff, Togekiss, Altaria, Indeedee, and Reuniclus, with Reuniclus being the ace. Hisuian Braviary is there because of element ties, Jumpluff is there because it reminds me of Dandelions, the place where Mondstadt is surrounded by, Togekiss is there because it fits the support idea, Altaria is there because it is cottony, and Indeedee is there because it fits Sucrose's whole assistant aesthetic. And Reuniclus is there because it fits Sucrose's aesthetic, as well as it being a majorly science Pokemon. And last for Mondstadt is the tone-deaf bard, Venti. Venti's team consists of Chatot, Staraptor, Jumpluff, Pidgeot, Tropius, and Salamence, with Salamence obviously being the ace of this team. Chatot is here because it fits with the bard idea, Staraptor, Pidgeot, and Tropius are there because of element ties, and Jumpluff is there because it fits the whole Dandelion ties with Mondstadt. And Salamence is there because it fits Barbados' ties with Dvalin. And next up are the Liyue characters, starting with Beidou. Beidou's team consists of Dhelmise, Hunchcrow, Grimmsnarl, Crocodile, Luxray, and Electivire, with Electivire being the ace. The first 4 Pokemon that I mentioned are there because of pirate ties, Luxray is there because it fits Beidou's element, and Electivire is there also because it fits the element, as well as it looking like a pirate Pokemon. Next up is Chongyun. Chongyun's team consists of Vanillux, Frostmoth, Sneasler, Abomasnow, Galarian Darmanitan, and Frostlass, with Frostlass being the ace of this team. Vanillux is there because it reminds me of Chongyun's idle animation. Frostmoth, Galarian Darmanitan, and Abomasnow are there because of element ties, and Sneasler is there because it fits Chongyun's aesthetic, with Frostlass also being there fitting the element ties as well as the aesthetic of Chongyun. Up next is Ganyu. Ganyu's team consists of Alolan Ninetales, Lapras, Altaria, Gogoat, Aurorus, and Empoleon, with Empoleon being the ace. Alolan Ninetales, Lapras, and Aurorus are there because it fits Ganyu's element, Altaria is there because it fits Ganyu's aesthetic, and Gogoat is also there because Ganyu is also a goat. And Empoleon is there because it fits Ganyu's idea and aesthetic, as well as being an extremely powerful Pokemon. Next one is Hu Tao. Hu Tao's team consists of Dusknoir, Banette, Chandelure, Gengar, Alolan Marowak, and Hisuian Typhlosion, with Hisuian Typhlosion being the ace. Every single Pokemon in Hu Tao's team are there because they are ghost Pokemon, and it fits the idea of Hu Tao being a funeral director. Hisuian Typhlosion is especially there majorly because of its Pokédex entry, with it being a Grim Reaper. Next up is Keqing. Keqing's team consists of Electros, Gliscor, Raichu, Galvantula, Lantern, and Alolan Golem, with Alolan Golem being the ace. Electros, Raichu, Galvantula, and Lantern are there because of element ties, Gliscor is there because it fits Keqing's aesthetic, and Alolan Golem is there because it fits the element ties, as well as the Jade Chamber. Speaking of the Jade Chamber, next one is Ningguang. Ningguang's team consists of Claydol, Gliscor, Flygon, Aerodactyl, Archeops, and Tyranitar, with Tyranitar being the ace of this team. Other than Tyranitar, every single member of this team fits the Geo element, as well as it being immune from the ground, with also having ties to the Jade Chamber. Tyranitar is the perfect ace for this team because it is an extremely powerful Pokemon which fits Ningguang's powerful status. Next up is Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's team consists of Cloyster, Beartic, Arctozolt, Driftblim, Banette, and Runerigus, with Runerigus being the ace. Driftblim and Banette are there because it fits Chi-Chi's idea with her being a zombie and these Pokemon being ghost-type Pokemon. Cloyster, Beartic, and Arctozolt are there because of element ties, and Runerigus is there because it fits Chi-Chi's idea of her being a zombie as well as her not being put to rest. Up next is Shenhe. Shenhe's team consists of Lapras, Jellicent, Alolan Ninetales, Jinx, Weavile, and Frostlass, with Frostlass being the ace. Lapras, Alolan Ninetales, Weavile, and Jinx are there because it fits the element idea, Jellicent is there because it fits the curse idea, and Frostlass is there because it fits Shenhe's aesthetic as well as element ties. Next up is the best chef in Liyue, Xiangling. Xiangling's team consists of Pangoro, Beware, Ursaring, Flareon, Ninetales, and Blaziken, with Blaziken being the ace. Pangoro, Beware, and Ursaring are there because of Goba, Flareon and Ninetales are there because of element ties, and Blaziken is there because of also element ties, and also it being an extremely powerful fire-type Pokemon, and it also looking very good alongside Xiangling. Next up is Xiao. Xiao's team consists of Satu, Yanmega, Skarmory, Trevenant, Dragapult, and Decidueye, with Decidueye being the ace. Satu, Yanmega, and Skarmory are there because of element ties, Trevenant and Dragapult are there because of ghost and spirit ties, and Decidueye is there because it fits Xiao's aesthetic, as well as it being a ghost-type Pokemon. Next up is Xingqiu. Xingqiu's team consists of Poliwrath, Whiscash, Floatzel, Dracovish, Crawdaunt, and Slowking, with Slowking being the ace of this team. Every single member of this team are there because of element ties, with Slowking especially being there because it is a king, same way how Xingqiu is an heir. Next up is Xinyan. Xinyan's team consists of Exploud, Amped Toxtricity, Low-Key Toxtricity, Hisuian Arcanine, Camerupt, and Obstagoon, with Obstagoon being the ace of this team. Exploud and the two Toxtricities are there majorly because of the huge rock music vibe. Hisuian Arcanine and Camerupt are there because of element ties, and Obstagoon is there majorly because of the rock music vibe, as well as Xinyan's whole aesthetic. Up next is Yanfei. Yanfei's team consists of Arcanine, Ninetales, Darmanitan, Talonflame, Alakazam, and Delphox, with Delphox being the ace of this team. Every single member of this team except for the remaining two are there majorly because of element ties. Alakazam is there because Yanfei is extremely smart in her quest, same thing with an Alakazam, and Delphox is there because it is a Pyromancer, same way how Yanfei is a Pyro character and a Catalyst character. Next up is Yunjin. Yunjin's team consists of Sandslash, Cleaver, Pau Oricorio, Sensu Oricorio, Nidoqueen, and Torterra, with Torterra being the ace of this team. Sandslash, Cleaver, and Nidoqueen are there majorly because of element ties. Pau Oricorio and Sensu Oricorio are there majorly because of dancing performances that Yujin also does in her opera performance. And Torterra is there because of element ties, as well as it being an extremely powerful character that might fit well with Yujin's whole idea. And the last for Liyue characters is Zhongli. Zhongli's team consists of Rampardos, Bastiodon, Flygon, Nidoqueen, Ursaluna, and Steelix, with Steelix being the ace of this team. Every single member in Zhongli's team are there majorly because of element ties, and Steelix is there because of Zhongli's ties with Rex Lapis. And now we go to the faraway islands of Inazuma, starting with Itto. Itto's team consists of Hariyama, Machamp, Grappaloct, Nidoking, Aggron, and Tyrantrum, with Tyrantrum being the ace of this team. Hariyama, Machamp, and Grappaloct are there because it fits the idea of Itto always wanting to fight. Nidoking and Aggron are there because of element ties, and Tyrantrum is there because it also fits the whole idea of Itto always being a fight first, think later kind of character. Up next is Goro. Goro's team consists of Dugtrio, Gliscor, Sandslash, Marowak, Excadrill, and Swampert, with Swampert being the ace of this team. Every single member in Goro's team are there majorly because of element ties, with Swampert especially being there because it is a water ground Pokemon, same way how we see Goro first in Watatsumi Island. Up next is the pirate samurai, Kazuha. Kazuha's team consists of Dhelmise, Honchkrow, Crawdaunt, Skarmory, Staraptor, and Samurott, with Samurott being the ace of this team. Dhelmise, Honchkrow, and Crawdaunt are there because it fits the pirate aesthetic. Skarmory and Staraptor are there because it fits the elemental ties of Kazuha, and Samurott is especially there because of Kazuha being a samurai, same way how Samurott is a samurai Pokemon. Next up is Ayaka. Ayaka's team consists of Weavile, Alolan Sandslash, Aurorus, Glaceon, Mr. Rime, and Galarian Rapidash, with Galarian Rapidash being the ace. Every single Pokemon in this team except for Galarian Rapidash are there because of element ties. And Galarian Rapidash is especially there because it is a darling Pokemon, same way how Ayaka is being featured as a darling character in the story. Next is Ayoto. Ayoto's team consists of Kabutops, Lantern, Floatzel, Bascullegion, Dracovish, and Hisuian Samurott, with Hisuian Samurott being the ace of this team. Every single Pokemon in Naoto's team are there because of element ties, with Hisuian Samurott especially being there because he fits the whole samurai idea. Up next is Koju Sara. Sara's team consists of Arbok, Drapion, Manectric, Zebstrika, Vikavolt, and Aegislash, with Aegislash being the ace. Arbok and Drapion are there because it fits Sara's aesthetic. Manectric, Zebstrika, and Vikavolt are there because it fits Sara's elemental ties, and Aegislash is there because of Sara being the general of the Tenryu Commission. Next up is the Raiden Shogun. Raiden's team consists of Crobat, Salazzle, Zebstrika, Electivire, Garchomp, and Hydreigon, with Hydreigon being the ace of this team. Crobat and Salazzle are there because it fits Raiden's aesthetic. Zebstrika and Electivire are there because it also fits her element. Garchomp is there because it fits Raiden's aesthetic, and Hydreigon is there because it is an extremely powerful Pokemon, same way how we see Raiden as an extremely powerful character. Up next is Kokomi. Kokomi's team consists of Galarian Rapidash, Gardevoir, Bascullegion, Gorbis, Milotic, and Primarina, with Primarina being the ace. Galarian Rapidash and Gardevoir are there because it fits Kokomi's aesthetic. Bascullegion, Gorbis, and Milotic are there because of element ties, and Primarina is especially there because it looks just like Kokomi. Next up is Sayu. Sayu's team consists of Donphan, Ninjask, Shedinja, Snorlax, Masharna, and Greninja, with Greninja being the ace of this team. Donphan is there because of Sayu's skill, Ninjask and Shedinja are there because of ninja ties, and Snorlax and Masharna are there because of Sayu usually being very sleepy. Greninja is especially there because it fits the whole ninja idea, as well as it being an extremely powerful Pokemon. Up next is Toma. Toma's team consists of Torkoal, Heatmor, Talonflame, Centiskorch, Magmortar, and Infernape, with Infernape being the ace of this team. Every single member of this team is especially there because of element ties, and Infernape is also there because it fits Toma's element as well as his whole aesthetic. Up next is Yae Miko. Miko's team consists of Jolteon, Ampharos, Alolan Golem, Galarian Slowbro, Grimmsnarl, and Hatterene, with Hatterene being the ace of this team. Jolteon, Ampharos, and Alolan Golem are there because of element ties. Galarian Slowbro and Grimmsnarl are there because it fits Miko's aesthetic, as well as Hatterene being there fitting Miko's aesthetic, as well as it being an extremely powerful Pokemon. And finally is Fireworks Girl, Yoimiya. Yoimiya's team is Galarian Weezing, Hisuian Arcanine, Flareon, Talonflame, Volcarona, and Emboar, with Emboar being the ace of this team. Hisuian Arcanine, Flareon, Talonflame, and Volcarona are there because of element ties. Galarian Weezing is there because it fits Yoimiya's Fireworks idea, and Emboar is there because of element ties as well as aesthetic ties to Yoimiya. The final two characters for this video are Childe and Aloy. We will start off with Childe. Childe's team consists of Gyarados, Sharpedo, Umbreon, Bisharp, Crocodile, and Zoroark, with Zoroark being the ace of this team. Gyarados and Sharpedo are there because of element ties, Umbreon, Bisharp, and Crocodile are there because of Fatui ties, and Zoroark is especially there because it can transform, same way how Childe can also transform. And finally is Aloy. Aloy's team consists of Lapras, Walrein, Gigalith, Dreadnought, Dugtrio, and Hisuian Decidueye, with Hisuian Decidueye being the ace of this team. Lapras and Walrein are there because of element ties, Gigalith, Dreadnought, and Dugtrio are there because it fits Aloy's mountainous background, and Hisuian Decidueye is there because it fits Aloy's aesthetic as well as it being a very strong Pokemon. And that is a really long video about Genshin Impact characters having Pokemon teams. I hope you enjoyed this video, especially since I took a long break from this. Anyway, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. It took me a very long time to make this, and doing those two simple actions will mean a whole lot to me. I'm HermitGRAB, and I'll see you soon.